Hi everyone. I know everyone's on lockdown at the moment and a lot of people are probably watching a lot of videos, so I thought I might recommend some videos. Now most of these videos, whether it's TV or film, I've got some TV series and some film. It's not a very long video, it's about 20 altogether, mainly from the 60s, 70s, and then there's a couple from the 90s. I don't know if there's anything from the 80s, probably early 80s. So yeah, the first category is classic feel-good entertainment with a sci-fi theme. So basically these are really good films that are, you know, keep you entertained all the way through, and they've got some fantastic acting and great scripts as well, and a good story. First one's Groundhog Day, Bill Murray.
Nice going, boys. You're playing yesterday's tape.
Oh, well, here's the report. The National Weather Service is calling for a big blizzard thing.
Yes, they are. But, you know, there's another reason why today is especially exciting.
Especially cold.
Especially cold, okay. But the big question on everybody's lips.
Yeah, they're
Chap lips.
They're chap lips, right. Do you think Bill's gonna come out and see a shadow?
Punxsutawney Bill.
That's right, woodchuck chuckers. It's Groundhog Day! Get up and kick that hog out there!
Yeah! Ooey, come here, Groundhog.
What the hell?
Morning! See the groundhog?
Yeah?
Think it'll be an early spring.
Didn't we do this yesterday?
I don't know what you mean.
Don't mess with me, pork chop. What day is this?
It's February 2nd. Groundhog Day.
Yeah. Sorry. You know, I thought it was yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah, that was Groundhog Day with Bill Murray. Fantastic film. Watched that for the first time in ages a couple of months ago, and it blew me away again. It's so good, that film. The next one I saw last night, actually. I watched it last night. I'd seen it before. I don't know if I've seen it all the way through before, but saw it last night. Brought a bit of a tear to my eye at one point, 1 or 2 points in it. The Truman Show with Jim Carrey. That's a fantastic film as well. That's where he thinks he's living a normal life, and basically he's in a TV show, been in it for his whole life. It's really good film, really good. Next one, oh, I'll play a little bit of that.
Good morning.
Morning. Good morning.
Oh, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Yeah.
Morning, Truman.
Morning, Spencer. Hey, Pluto. Oh, no. Get down.
He won't hurt you.
Get down. Yeah, I know. It's just me.
Come on, Pluto.
Yeah, that was The Truman Show, Jim Carrey. The next one, I haven't seen this for a while. I don't think I'll watch it for a while. I've seen it a couple of times. Back to the Future, Michael J. Fox. I think it's about mid-80s. that was a great film. At the time, I said it was the best film I'd ever seen. Looking back, maybe not. There are a few up there. It's really good entertainment all the way through. Great story. Steven Spielberg, of course. The films that followed that, Back to the Future 2 and 3, I think they made 2 more. I don't think were all that really. They were good fun, but they didn't quite. From what I remember, I don't really remember the other ones very well, and I did sort of watch bits of them. I probably didn't watch them all the way through. I just thought the first one was so good. I'll probably watch that again sometime soon, but that's a good one.
You believe in progress, re-elect Mayor Red Thomas. Progress is his middle name. Mayor Red Thomas's progress platform means more jobs, better education, bigger civic improvements, and lower taxes. On election day, cast your vote for a proven leader. Re-elect Mayor Red Thomas.
This has got to be a dream.
Raised in the woods, so he knew every tree. Killed him a bar when he was only 3. Davy.
Hey, kid, what'd you do, jump ship? What? Well, what's with the life preserver?
I just want to use the phone.
Yeah, it's in the bag.
Round. Great, you're alive. Do you know where 1640 Riverside...
Are you gonna order something, kid?
Yeah. Give me a tab.
Tab? I can't give you a tab unless you order something.
All right, give me a Pepsi free.
You want a Pepsi, pal? You're gonna pay for it.
Look, just give me something without any sugar in it, okay?
Some of that sugar.
Yeah, that was Back to the Future. Now, TV shows along the same sort of themes. Sci-fi theme, feel-good entertainment, and also it's got a lot of the sort of like Sweeney in it. You know, the Sweeney from the 70s. It's got kind of half based on that as well. It's Life on Mars, and it stars John Sim and Philip Glenister. Really good, terrific. I mean, I told a couple of people about it a couple of years ago, and they watched it and watched every episode, and they thought it was absolutely brilliant. I couldn't get into Ashes to Ashes, the follow-up series. John Sim wasn't in that one, but yeah, this one was great. So that's Life on Mars.
Your dad's waiting to take you home.
What the hell did you do to her?
Well, you know, usual. Then banged her up for obstruction. Kids, eh?
Where I come from, you'd be looking at suspension.
Really? What, for making a breakthrough? At 11:20, she saw Susie Tripper heading away from the pub, followed by a tall bloke with long hair.
The hair under those nails is not human, it's synthetic.
Yeah. Chris told me what happened in the mortuary.
I need a drink.
That's the first sensible thing he said since you got here. The uniform got their own boozer. You have to rub a real mine.
Ah, DCI Hunt. Mon brave. You catching flies, brother?
Which part of my subconscious do you hail from?
I like you. I like you.
Nelson's a good bloke.
Why you poison?
Tan and bitter, Sam.
Diet Coke. I'm just joking. A pint of bitter.
Yeah, that was Life on Mars. Now, Fighting Back to Criminals is probably, I'm not very good at my title, but Tough Cops and Vigilantes. You know, films that make you feel good because you're kicking some ass, or as we say in Britain, kicking a little bit of bottom of the bad guys. You know, so you've got the good guys gone bad. Well, they're not gone bad. They're just tough. They don't go by the rules, the rule book all the time. First one, Dirty Harry, Clint Eastwood. In fact, all the Dirty Harry films are very good. I'd say about 3 of them are really real classics. The first 3, Dirty Harry, that's way above a lot of other films I've seen. The cinematography, if I can say it. Don Siegel, I think his name was, the if I've said it right, the director. Absolutely fantastic. Widescreen panoramic shots, fantastic. Yeah, so that's the first one. The second one, what was it called again? It was called The Enforcer, I think. Third one, I might have gotten the wrong way round, Magnum Force. So, but there were a couple more after that, which were good as well. But yeah, that one stands out really, Dirty Harry.
Thank you. Inspector Callahan.
Usual?
Oh, the usual lunch or the usual dinner?
Well, what difference does it make?
Not much.
Hey, Jaffe, is that tan Ford still parked across the front of the bank?
10-4. Yeah, 10-4.
Engine running?
I don't know. How can I tell?
Exhaust fumes coming out of the tailpipe?
Ooh, that's awful. Look at that pollution.
Yeah. Do me a favor, will you? Call this telephone number.
Police department?
Yeah, tell him Inspector Callahan thinks there's a 211 in progress at the bank. Got it?
Got it.
Be sure and tell him it's in progress, right?
In progress. Yes, sir.
Now, just wait till the cavalry arrives. Oh, shit.
Yeah, so that's Dirty Harry. Now, you can't go far wrong if you want to kick a bit of criminal butt in Death Wish. Charles Bronson, Michael Winner films, you know, directed by Michael Winner. Yeah, the Death Wish films, there's about 5. I think there's 5, and they're all good in their own ways. There was one, I think, maybe number 4, I can't quite remember. But that one might have not quite been as good. There's too much bloodshed in one of them. There's people falling all over the place. I mean, I don't know how many people died in it. It was hundreds. But the other one, yeah, the first one, of course, is probably the best. So that's Death Wish with Charles Bronson.
Oh, what a bummer, man. That was the worst fucking movie I've ever seen.
got money, man? Shit, I'll kill you. Give me your money or I'll bust you up.
Yeah, that was Death Wish, Charles Bronson. Next, these ones are, well, I wouldn't say more serious, but those ones really were more simple films. This one has got more of a complicated plot in it, about drug barons. It's The French Connection, Gene Hackman. Absolutely fantastic couple of films, The French Connection and The French Connection 2. Really worth watching. The acting's outstanding. Everything, directing as well. I don't know who directed this, but there was one particular scene where it's a car chase. I'm not great into car chases, but there's a car chase underneath the railway. You know, it goes underneath the railway, and I tell you, absolutely fantastic. So that's The French Connection. I'd really recommend that.
He's going to Ward's Island. We're going to be spotted there. What the hell is he doing that?
Maybe he's gonna go down and see his brother.
Shit.
Well, maybe it's another drop. Yeah, he gets a free ride.
All right, Popeye's here. Get your hands on your heads. Get off the bar and get on the wall. Come on, move. Move. Come on, sweetheart, move. Come on, move out. All right, come on. Hands face the window. Move. Face the wall. Turn around there. Turn around. Move. Come on, move. Hands out of your pockets. Turn around. Turn around. Come on, you heart. Come on. Turn around, big man. Come on, turn around. Get on the wall. Get on. Turn around. Get him up. Turn around. Hey, you dropped that. Pick it up.
Hands up.
Pick it up. Come on, move.
What are you looking at?
All right, bring it here. Get your hands out of your pockets. What's my name?
Doyle.
What?
Mr. Doyle.
Come here. You pick your feet. You get over there. Get your hands on your head.
Yeah, so that one was The French Connection. Now I'm going to get onto classic sci-fi films. Now bear in mind, these aren't all my favourite films. I mean, these are, I would say, entertaining films. You know, ones that you can get from start to finish, entertainment. Really good entertainment, well written, well acted and everything. Planet of the Apes, 1969 I believe that is. That was Charlton Heston, absolutely fantastic acting. The makeup, I saw a film actually, because one of the actors in it's Roddy McDowall, and he plays the lead in Chimpanzee, and the time it took to put these masks on, well, they're not even masks, they're in bits, you know. I thought that they just put a rubber mask on. No, they glue it. The makeup artist glues all the bits on there, and it really is good all round inside the mouth. It's really fantastic. So if you want to watch a good documentary, it's a silent film. There's no talking on it, but it shows you behind the scenes, and it shows Roddy McDowall being made up as an ape. It's Roddy McDowall's. I think it's Home Movies, Roddy McDowall's Home Movies, Planet of the Apes. But this film's called Planet of the Apes, and also the second film was good. I think it was called Beneath the Planet of the Apes. The other films are okay. The costumes and everything just make it worthwhile watching. And also Planet of the Apes TV series. That was absolutely outstanding. That's not got Charlton Heston in. There's two actors in that, forgotten their names, but yeah, two really good actors in that. And there's quite a few episodes, probably about 21 episodes, something like that. Really good series as well. But as I say, the film is called Planet of the Apes. Won an Oscar, actually. Won an Oscar. I can't remember what it was for. I think best film, I think it was. So Planet of the Apes.
You've gone grey. Apart from that, you look pretty chipper for a man who's 2,031 years old. I read the clocks. They bear out Haslund's hypothesis. We have been away from Earth for 2,000 years, give or take a decade. Still can't accept it. Time's wiped out everything you ever knew. It's all dust.
Prove it. If we can't get back, it's still just a theory.
It's a fact, Landon. Buy it. You'll sleep better.
Nothing will grow here. There's just a trace of carbohydrates. All the nitrogen is locked into the nitrates.
No dangerous ionization?
No.
Well, if there's no life here, we've got just 72 hours to find it. That's when the groceries run out. Let's go.
Which direction?
That way.
Any particular reason?
None at all. Come on.
Yeah, so that was Planet of the Apes. The next one, The Time Machine, outstanding film based on H.G. Wells's story, The Time Machine, and starring Rod Taylor. Just looking down at my notes here. I couldn't do this without my notes. Rod Taylor came out in the 60s, early 60s, I think. It's in colour. I mean, it's a fantastic film. There was another version brought out later, but this one's got to be the best one. So that's The Time Machine.
At first, I pushed the lever forward ever so slightly, and the laboratory grew faint around me. I stopped. No change. Everything exactly as it had been before. But no, the clock said 6:31 when I started, and now it was 8:09. And the candle, shorter by inches. And yet by my watch, which was in the machine with me, only a few seconds had passed. It was disconcerting to see the sun arc in less than a minute. To see a snail race by. My flowers flinging wide their petals to embrace the new day. And the hours speeding across the face of my sundial. And the flowers closing their eyes for the night. It was wonderful. Changes that normally took hours occurring in seconds. Dear Mrs. Watchett, always able to tell me what tie to wear, but never able to decide to wear anything more stylish than the type of clothes she has worn all these years. And as yet I was traveling very slowly. What if I went faster?
Yeah, so that one's called The Time Machine. Next one, probably my favourite film of all time, 2001. A Space Odyssey. I can't even say it. 2001 A Space Odyssey. I should have had a drink before I did this. Keir Dullea was the leading actor. Now, he wasn't really a well-known actor, but Stanley Kubrick wanted him, and he got cast in the main role, Dave. So, yeah, good old Dave. It is a fantastic film. If you get a chance to watch the actual original movie film, the movie release, it's probably a little bit longer. It's got a few artistic things in there, like at the beginning it's just a black screen for ages while they wait for people to sit down, but it adds to the tension, and at the end they play Strauss's Blue Danube Waltz all the way through. So at the end, even though the credits stop, the black screen stays there, and the symphony plays all the way to the end, which is a great touch. So, and it's a fantastic film, and it was written by Stanley Kubrick and Arthur C. Clarke, because Arthur C. Clarke wrote the original story. So I think it was called the Sentinel. I think that was the original story. So, but he rewrote it. He rewrote and brought out a book about the same time as the film came out. So he wrote that on his own, but Arthur C. Clarke and he wrote the actual script for the film. So that's 2001 A Space Odyssey. Yeah, I think I missed one out. That was 2001: A Space Odyssey. The next one, Blade Runner. This is a fantastic futuristic film. Say futuristic, it's all coming true pretty quickly, isn't it? If you've watched the film, you know what I mean, a lot of it. And yeah, Harrison Ford. There's two different versions out. One's the director's cut, and the other one's just the normal release. Well, they've both got different endings. So if you want a happy ending, watch the director's cut, I think. If you want the sad ending, watch the other one. But no, that's Blade Runner.
There was an escape from the off-world colonies 2 weeks ago. 6 replicants, 3 male, 3 female. They slaughtered 23 people and jumped a shuttle. An aerial patrol spotted the ship off the coast. No crew, no sight of them. 3 nights ago, they tried to break into Tyrell Corporation. 2 of them got fried running through an electrical field. We lost the others. On the possibility they might try to infiltrate as employees, I had Holden go over and run void comp tests on the new workers. Looks like he got himself one.
So you look down and you see a tortoise. It's crawling towards you. A tortoise?
That's Leon, ammunition loader on intergalactic run. He can lift 400-pound atomic loads all day and night. The only way you can hurt him is to kill him.
Well, I don't get it. What do they risk coming back to Earth for? That's unusual. Why? What do they want out of the Tyrell Corporation?
Well, you tell me, pal. That's what you're here for.
What's this?
Nexus 6, Roy Batty. Incept date 2016. Combat model, optimum self-sufficiency. Probably the leader. This is Zora. She's trained for an off-world kick murder squad. Talk about Beauty and the Beast. She's both. The foreskin job is Pris, a basic pleasure model, the standard item for military clubs in the outer colonies. They were designed to copy human beings in every way except their emotions. The designers reckoned that after a few years, they might develop their own emotional responses. Oh, hate, love, fear, anger, envy. So they built in a fail-safe device.
Which is what?
4-year lifespan.
And the next one is the remake of Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Now, the first one starred Kevin McCarthy. That was a good film, black and white. That was a very good film. I would recommend that, but I'd recommend the second one above that, really, especially with a younger audience. I say younger, probably, well, I mean, I've known a lot of younger people. I think a lot of younger people are getting into the old classic films now, especially during this lockdown, but because you can't beat them. But yeah, the second one, the remake, I think it was in the 70s, I'm pretty sure, starred Donald Sutherland and Leonard Nimoy. Leonard Nimoy of Spock fame. Yep, so that's an absolutely brilliant film, Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Actually, some parts of that remind me of what's happening these days as well.
You both saw it, right?
Oh, I know what it sounds like. Might be Benel.
Mr. Benel, why don't you show me where you saw
It's
it?
right up here.
Where's Elizabeth?
Where?
There.
It's Elizabeth's double.
Where, Matthew?
That's leaves in a pot.
It was there, David. I swear to God it was there. Officer, there was a body in there. It was a duplicate of Elizabeth Driscoll, and it's been taken away.
Elizabeth Driscoll is the missing woman.
No, she's not missing.
Where
What
is she?
She's okay. She's at Matthew. Don't tell him where she
Then
is.
there's no missing body.
No, that's right. There is a missing body, and he's taken it away.
No, he took Elizabeth. You took Elizabeth Driscoll away.
Yes.
You broke in here.
No, I had to because she was not safe.
So then you took Elizabeth Driscoll out of here.
No, I didn't. No, I took her from there. Her other body was in here. That's what I've been trying to explain.
Please
There were
stop.
two
Matthew, that's
Elizabeth-
enough. Please stop.
Lieutenant, my name is Dr. David Kibner.
Ah, the psychiatrist.
That's right.
My wife reads your books. It's changed her life.
Good, I'm glad. Look, this sounds terribly complicated.
David,
But my friend has had some difficult emotional experiences during the last couple of days. But I think this is something that we could work out amongst ourselves.
All right, I'll leave this part of it with you.
I appreciate it.
It's enough. You can't accomplish anything here. I gotta get outside. Stop. Stop.
I think you might want to consider filing an unlawful entry against Mr. Bennell.
What you say? I believe you, but we outside later.
No, I'll take Dr. Kibner's word that Elizabeth is all right.
Fine. Then let's go.
Will Elizabeth be coming home?
No. I have to pick up some of her clothes.
All right.
The Streets of San Francisco. Now, this is a good, really good, good cops TV series. It stars Michael Douglas and Carl Malden. Now, Carl Malden's the main star, but it got Michael Douglas in the first 4 series, I think. And it really is good because there's always a good moral to it. These guys are so squeaky clean, it's great. The banter between them is so great. They're just lovely guys, you know. It's all done by the book. It's the complete opposite to the way that Dirty Harry or somebody will work it, you know. It's all done by the book, but it's always got a great moral. Can bring a tear to your eye. Series 5's good as well. That was when Michael Douglas went off to pursue his solo movie career, and a guy called Richard Hatch came in, and now Richard Hatch is a very good actor as well. He was in Battlestar Galactica, I believe, but no, he's a fantastic actor as well. So even in the 5th series, he's still really great. But so you can get a box set probably. I don't know how much it'll be. It's pretty cheap, or get it on Netflix, the whole thing. I really would recommend Streets of San Francisco.
ETA of the plane at International, 10:30 hours. There'll be heavy security at the airport and en route to the Trade Fair Center. So if you're planning any...
What I'm planning doesn't concern you.
It concerns me that you're probably going to get only one shot. And we're paying a hefty price to make certain that it's true.
I'm the best, therefore the most expensive. If you didn't want the best, you wouldn't have gone to the trouble you did to find me.
I have no argument with that.
Then I suggest you concentrate on gathering the rest of my fee and leave the technique of the execution to me.
He's gone. Frank? No sign of him.
Well, according to the prints, our midnight swimmer was one Emil Kessler.
Did he have a record?
2 separate convictions of selling shipments of stolen guns. Served time for both.
The autopsy report says that he was dead before he hits the bay?
That's right. No water in the lungs, no sign of drowning.
Cause of death?
It was a break in the cervical column. Yeah, the bruises indicate the neck was snapped by somebody who knew their business. What?
Sounds like the chiropractor I used to see. Maybe he's on the loose again.
Yeah. Kessler had a tool and die shop in North Beach also. It was listed as his home address. Maybe he's back into gun dealing again.
So somebody broke his neck because of a gun deal?
Everybody wants guns these days. Hoods, kids, straights, something else.
Yeah, tell me about it. I got a neighbor next door who bought himself a Saturday night special. Says he can curl up much better at night now with that gun next to him. You know what? If I ever stop a bullet, it's not going to be on the job. It's going to be because of some neighbor. Some dear neighbor who thought he heard a prowler. Homicide, Lieutenant Stone.
Good cops, you know, nice cops, you know, kind-hearted cops, the ones that, you know, they are just, I don't know, they're just good guys, really. So, TV series, let's see, oh yeah, a couple from the 70s, and then one from, I think it was the 90s, late 80s or 90s. From the 70s, Starsky and Hutch, starring David Soul and Paul Michael Glaser. You can't beat that. There's 5 series, absolutely brilliant all the way through. Every series that. You can get a box set, so if you want to watch it on Netflix or something, you can watch, I don't know how many episodes, probably 90 odd episodes there are of that, and every one of them is well made, absolutely brilliant. Aaron Spelling produced it, I think. So that's brilliant. So Starsky and Hutch.
Starsky, let's face it, huh? I don't mean to hurt your feelings here.
But I am the brains of this duo, and you are the not too inconsiderable brawn.
Who wrote that book?
Life, you're just gonna have to accept it.
Well, I'd be more than willing to prove it. I'd be willing to put the money on the brains. Mine.
Yeah, well, I know a way. How much?
1 week's salary.
How about 2 weeks and you're on?
Deal. What you got in mind?
Very simple. It's a game called hide and seek. I hide, you seek for the weekend. You game?
Game. Set. And match. Hit a bill, sucker.
Okay.
Hey, if we're gonna play this game, we need some rules.
What's the matter, Starsky? You getting nervous?
My natural superiority.
Dream on, Tuna.
Just tell me when we start.
Well, we'll just punch out tonight and we're free for the weekend.
Look, even when we can leave, you'll have rules.
All right. Stay within the city limits. How's that?
And during the day, you check in with someone we both know, let's say, every 4 hours.
I'll make it easy on you. Every 2 hours and somebody different each time.
We're still talking about 15 square miles of city.
Well, I'll give you a break then. I'll sleep someplace we both know, huh? Okay. You start tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock, wrap it up Monday morning at 8, okay?
I'll have you wrapped up by tomorrow night, chump.
Yeah, what makes you so sure of yourself, huh?
I've done my homework for 7 years. I know how, where, when you eat, walk, sleep, talk, and who you know, what you know, and how you know it. And ain't no hiding behind that.
Well, we'll talk about that Monday morning, huh? Motormouth?
Yeah, that was Starsky and Hutch. Next, A Touch of Frost. If you want to see some good acting, David Jason, absolutely fantastic. To me, when I saw this, I couldn't believe the quality of his acting. It was absolutely unbelievable. You know, so realistic. He became that character so well. And yeah, brilliant, absolutely brilliant series, A Touch of Frost. So that's David Jason, A Touch of Frost.
Hello, sir. What have you been up to this time? Probably didn't recognise me. Not surprised the state he was in. Got those keys, Sarge?
What are you talking about?
Show me there. What's his name? I picked him up the other night, smashed out of his head.
How do you mean you picked him up?
Sergeant Johnson. We got a call from the landlord of the White Swan. He was in there causing trouble and they wanted him out. So I went round and sorted it.
Jack? Yeah, just a minute. Go on, tell me.
Well, that's it, really. He had a car, but I wasn't going to let him drive. So I dropped him near the station and told him to take a taxi.
And did he take one?
I don't know. I had a call.
When was this?
A couple of 3 nights ago. Well, Tuesday, just before 10.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that was A Touch of Frost. And now the next one we come to is two lady cops, two women cops, Cagney and Lacey. Absolutely brilliant from the 70s. I don't know if they continued into the 80s. It might have done, but yeah, especially the first 2 or 3 series. Bit of tearjerk. I mean, I found myself shedding a tear to nearly every one. The morals and the stories were so good. After a while, they're still good, but not quite as good. You know, it's like that with a lot of series, isn't it? So Cagney and Lacey, absolutely brilliant. Sharon Gless and what's her name again? She was in the Enforcer as well. I'll remember her name in a minute. Actually, I shouldn't forget her name, really, should I?
They were calling me so much, I had to get my number changed.
Well, that'll teach you for going out with twins.
You develop a taste for some things, you know? Hey, you need some help? I guess you don't.
This is Cagney. Yeah, let me talk to your department artist. Raoul. What do you mean he's busy? I'm busy. Hey, all right, have him call me back. Oh, God. What are these things? For fall fashions?
218 uniform supply catalogs. Who would have thought there were this many security uniform supply houses in New York?
Hey, I'd live pretty good in this, don't you think?
Cagney, Lacey, my office.
Help me out playing doctor.
These your women? Macy and,
Lacey, sir. Cagney, Inspector.
These are the women. Birthday any good?
They're all right.
Gee, thanks.
I say the smart mouth. We got a real problem here. 3 robberies in 3 days. All inside very exclusive beauty parlors with very exclusive women inside.
Very exclusive.
Very exclusive means very connected, right?
Young woman, all people are equal under the law. I don't know if they're right.
We're right. No, we're right. What are we right for?
We're forming a task force.
Considering the crime here, it was felt that the leaders of the task force should be a couple of women.
Think you're up to it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right, so, but the next one, comedies. Dumb and Dumber. That's, oh, by the way, the name of the lady, I shouldn't forget because she's my favourite female actor of all time, and I forgot her name actually, Tyne Daly. And she did a brilliant, she did a you know, absolutely, she put on a brilliant show in The Enforcer, the second, I think it was the second or third Dirty Harry film. So that's Tyne Daly. She was in Cagney and Lacey with Sharon Gless. But the next film, yeah, I'm only going to sort of recommend one comedy, because I'm not really into comedies per se, not at the moment anyway. I have been in the past, but I like things with comedy in them, but I'm not really great on, you know, just pure comedy. But this one, I saw it over Christmas actually. Went round my mum's and it was on the TV. I haven't got a TV, by the way, you know, but she had the TV on and we was flicking through the channels, which I hadn't done for so long. But I found this one, and it was, I think it was about a quarter of an hour, 20 minutes in. Dumb and Dumber.
I'm only human, Harry! Anybody can make a mistake. Come on! Stop being a baby! So we backtracked a tad.
Tad! A tad, Lloyd? You drove almost a sixth of the way across the country in the wrong direction! Now we don't have enough money to get to Aspen. We don't have enough money to get home. We don't have enough money to eat. We don't have enough money to sleep.
Well, it's not gonna do us any good to sit here whining about it. We're in a hole. We're just gonna have to dig ourselves out.
Okay, all right, you're right. You're absolutely right, Lloyd.
Where are you going?
Home. I'm walking home.
Oh, well, pardon me, Mr. Perfect. I guess I forgot that you never ever make a mistake. Got room for one more if you still want to go to Aspen.
Where did you find that?
Some kid back in town. Traded the van for it, straight up. I can get 70 miles to the gallon on this hog.
You know, Lloyd, just when I think you couldn't possibly be any dumber, you go and do something like this. And totally redeem yourself!
Still want to go to Aspen?
Oh, yeah!
Yeah, so thanks very much, everybody. I've got one of these films out in the wrong order, but I think I've gone back and put it in there. It's a bit of cheating. I can do a bit of video editing there. So, yeah, but nice to speak to everybody. And if you want to have a look at my fun top 5 fun top 5 social distancing shopping video, it's on this channel as well. You know, where I go around and do a bit of shopping during during this period and play 5 classic rock songs. But no, you know, I show the videos of the original songs as well, so it's really entertaining. I think I've had a few views on that so far, and everyone that's talked about it has said they've enjoyed it. But I hope you enjoy this, and I hope you watch a few of these films. So thank you very much indeed.